Okay, I want to accomplish in this video, I want to clarify the notation that you use for the wavelength and period of trig functions, which involves the argument, remember, the independent variable, the x portion. And this is what I'm talking about. So you are used to seeing the argument looking like this. This is B, this is H, right? But what you need to understand that there may be a cleaner way to determine what your period, your wavelength is, and your phase shift. Okay? You notice that the only difference between this argument and this one is that this argument you factored the 4 out from both pieces so that all you have here is x. All right? Some of you may already have figured this out. Good for you. So the important thing is that if it is that your final exam, all of the problems are written like this. So they've already factored it out so that it's very clean. You know what your period, your wavelength is. You know what your phase shift is. Okay? It's not necessarily where it's going to start, but that's your phase shift. So you still need to use the formula period of the function divided by b, which is your horizontal stretch and compression. That tells you what your stretch or compression is when you go to graph. And this is what that looks like. For example, you should remember that the period of the sine function is 2 pi. And b, the horizontal stretch and compression, is the coefficient of x, which was 4, which we factored out. Okay? So the point is 2 pi divided by 4 equals pi halves. So the graph is compressed by a factor of 4. So instead of taking 2 pi to travel around to form a sine curve, your sine curve is going to be completed in pi over 2. And this is what it looks like. So remember, you need to take this number and divide it by 4 so you can split up your period into 4 even places so you know where to plot your major points. And you can see that this equals, sorry about that, pi eighths. So they said to shift it over pi fourths. So that means instead of starting at 0, 0, I'm starting at pi fourths. We didn't change we don't know what the amplitude is, so we're just going to leave it at 1. So we're going from pi fourths, remember, every pi eighth. So 2 pi eighths, right? Going to 3 pi eighths, then down to pi halves, which is 4 pi eighths, and then down to 5 pi eighths, and then up to 3 pi over 4, which is 6 pi eighths. And if you subtract 6 pi eighths from 2 pi eighths, you will get 4 pi eighths, which is pi over 2. Okay? It's equivalent. So, you need to understand that in order to be able to do your problems. So, in other words, to finish up, these two are equivalent, and they're both correct. Neither one of them is more correct than the other one. But, that being said, it is cleaner to divide the argument by b. Okay? It's easier to demonstrate the phase shift and the compression / stretch. Alrighty? Hey, good luck on your final, guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys next year.